This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mark Thompson with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. New details this morning in the Chandler gas explosion from last summer. We're now learning that the victims involved are filing a lawsuit against several corporations. 4 law offices are representing the men injured and their families. The victims are arguing that the explosion caused serious harms and losses for them. The defendants are Southwest Gas and other corporations involved with that natural gas pipe, which investigators say leaked and led to the blast. The lawsuit claims that Chevron Phillips manufactured the faulty pipe and leaders were aware of previous leaks. ABC 15 was the first to speak with Parker Milibrandt, who missed his daughter's own birth because he was in the hospital.
It was just really hard not to be there for her because we are so close, and she's my best friend.
Milibrandt and other victims say that they're dealing with PTSD and burn injuries. A dollar amount hasn't been placed on the lawsuits yet, but they are demanding that they have a jury trial. We reached out to some of those companies that were named in the lawsuit, but we have yet to hear back. 5 puppies are safe after being rescued from a fast-moving attic fire. When Phoenix fires arrived at 75th Avenue and Indian School, they found those pups trapped in heavy smoke. Fortunately, they were able to get them out. It's unclear if they'll be put up for adoption. An invasive species ripping across Arizona, threatening native plants and fueling wildfires. Our partners at Cronkite News went out to the Sonoran Desert, where buffelgrass is eating up acres of desert and displacing saguaros. Experts say that buffelgrass spreads fast during the monsoon and is so dense and dry that it can ignite wildfires in the desert. And conservationists now are finding new ways to try and manage the spread. Check this out. This Cave Creek gold mine was just listed for nearly $6 million. The property features a 2-room guest house, fitness studio, patio, and hot spa. It's all nestled into the hills, surrounded by the National Forest with a beautiful view of the desert. It's expected to be used as a vacation property or perhaps a bed and breakfast. Happening today, the first edition of Queen Creek's free weekly newspaper is going out. The Queen Creek Tribune will focus on current events in the East Valley town. 20,000 copies will be printed a week and delivered or available for pickup in high traffic areas. Well, it's already an ideal environment for climate research. Now, the U of A's Biosphere 2 could be an ideal environment for a startup company. Companies trying to turn smart science into smart products. Craig Smith from our sister station in Tucson with what this means to that region.
When people think of tech startups, they usually think of Silicon Valley. Biosphere 2 can simulate the environments of valleys, jungles, oceans, and deserts. University of Arizona President Dr. Robert Robbins says the technology and expertise gathered at Biosphere is a great place for companies to turn ideas into action and into products.
Great science goes on here. And now bringing in individuals with these companies that are going to take advantage of all the resources that are here at Biosphere 2 to help them innovate and move their companies along so that they can discover new knowledge and translate that new knowledge into commercializable products that makes the world a better place.
Kai Stats is developing software to simulate the environment of Mars or a human habitat on Mars and excite kids about science by letting them run their own Mars simulations.
And they can actually monitor the quality of air, the quality, the environmental conditions within their classroom as though they're in a spaceship and understand how their body and their metabolism affects the environment inside of that space.
So far, 4 companies have already signed on to do business at Biosphere, and more may be on the way.
And this is all part of U Arizona's Center for Innovation. It has 72 companies involved in innovation incubators throughout southern Arizona.
Happy Easter. I'm Nohelani Graff with that most accurate forecast. Really comfortable for Sunday services or Easter egg hunts in the 60s this morning. By noon, those brunch time plans will be getting warmer, 84 degrees, and then we'll make our way into the low 90s late this afternoon. 93 is that forecast high, running close to 10 degrees above the average for this time of year, but any records should stay intact. We're not going to hit any triple digits today. Air quality is moderate, but our UV index is very high, so sunscreen and reapply often. Across the state, we'll see highs in the 90s across the southern and western portion of Arizona, 70s for the central portion of the state, though we'll make our way into the 80s in Sedona, and north of the rim, we're in the low to mid 70s from the Grand Canyon through Show Low. Then tomorrow, we pick up the temperature a couple more degrees into the mid to upper 90s. The record is 100 degrees for Monday, so it looks like it stays intact. Breezes pick up on Tuesday, and then the 80s make their return on Friday and headed into next weekend.
For the very latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to ABC15.com or download the free ABC15 mobile app. Have a fantastic Easter Sunday.
This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.